This next class is going to be a real gentle class. It's going to be more passive. We're going to hold poses for about 3 to 5 breaths. Okay, just really allowing the body to recover as we move through the entire body. If you like this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up below. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get updated on the great content we're putting out there on a regular basis, and to join the swimming specific yoga community and get updated on everything we're doing, sign up for our newsletter. The link is in the description below. For this class, I'm going to be using a strap. You can use a substitute for a strap like a belt, a band, a small towel, or I'm going to show you an alternative that you can do without the strap. Before you come onto your back, make sure you have your strap handy. So coming onto your back in what would be a traditional shavasana pose, legs long on the ground about mat distance, arms to the sides of the body with the palms pointed towards the sky. If it's comfortable to, allow the eyes to close and start to breathe through the nose. On every inhale, feel front, sides, and back of the body really expanding. So all 3 dimensions of the body. The exhale, the quality of letting go. Inhale, feel that opening through all 3 dimensions of the body. Exhale, maybe see if you can soften just a little. Now, what I invite you to do is to bring your awareness into your body. Move that awareness from either head to toe or toe to head. Just simply notice how your body feels at this point. Try to stay away from thinking you know how you will feel or think how you should feel. Just allow yourself to notice. And then from here, what we're going to do is 2 times, we're going to tense up our body strong, and then on an exhale, we're just going to release and relax. So we can feel those 2 opposites. On the next exhale, just emptying the lungs. Inhale, squeeze the fist, point the toes, lengthen the arms, lengthen the legs, tense up the entire body, and exhale, relax. One more time. Inhale, really tense up the body. Don't forget about the face, the jaw, the brow, and exhale. Relax and let go. And we're going to stay in our shavasana pose for about 2 more of those 3-dimensional breaths. So really feeling the opening, the expansion on each inhale, each exhale. See if you can allow the exhale to be a little longer than the inhale. And really see, be curious. How much can you allow yourself to let go? Then, on your next inhale, bring the soles of the feet flat on the ground, about mat distance apart. Bring the arms to the sides of the body if they aren't already, palms pointed up. And we're just going to windshield wiper through the hips a little, doing some internal and external rotation. So on an exhale, drop the knees to the left, turn the gaze to the right. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, drop knees to right, turn the gaze to the left. One more time. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, knees to left, gaze to right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, knees to right, gaze to left. Inhale, come back to center. Bring your feet to hip distance. Bring the heels about to the point where they're directly under the knees. Arms to the sides of the body, the palms down. We're just going to come into a couple of back bridges just to activate through the body a little bit, promote stability as we move through our practice. On the exhale, press into the arms, feel the engagement in the back. And then inhale, pressing into big toe mound, little toe mound, inner and outer side of the heel, coming into your back bridge. So bringing the hips to the height of the chest. And then here, really seeing if you can engage the glutes, the muscles in the seat a little more. Then on your inhale, you're going to lower the tailbone down towards the ground, but don't bring it all the way down. We're just going to hover. And then inhale, rise back up to that back bridge. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down to the ground. Once the hips come onto the ground, inhale, bring your left ankle onto your right thigh. So we're coming to our figure 4 pose. Gently curl the toes towards the shin. Make sure The hips are even. Allow the hip to externally rotate, so the knee is coming away from the body. This is enough sensation for you here in your hip. Keep your right foot down. Or you might want to inhale, bring that right knee in towards the chest. Here, you might use the strap and just take the strap around the back of the thigh. The other option, holding on to the back of the thigh. And our intent is to start to feel that sensation through the outside of the left hip, through the glutes, through the piriformis. But remember, as we come into our poses, we're allowing ourselves to get there. Don't force yourself. Just allow yourself to come into the pose at whatever depth is right for your range, and then just sink into the pose with each exhale. Keep the ankle where it is. Release the leg if you're holding on to it. Right foot comes down. Left knee comes in towards the chest. Hold on to your shin. Then extend your right leg long. Have the heel down, the toes just gently curled, pointed towards the sky, and press into the heel gently, creating some engagement in that right leg. Then here, just gently drawing that left knee in towards the chest, maybe the armpit. Just going to stay here for about one more breath. This is where we're going to use the strap once again. Take the strap, place it around the ball of the left foot. Keep a bend in the knee. Bring the hip joint with the upper leg bone, the femur, to a 90-degree angle. Then slowly extend that left leg long. Okay, starting to feel some sensation through the back of the leg, through the hamstrings, maybe through the calves. Now, if you don't have a strap, the other alternative is holding on to the back of the thigh, extending the leg, and finding a similar sensation. Staying for about 2 more of those 3-dimensional breaths. Next, inhale. Draw your left knee in. Take your right hand to the outside of the left knee or thigh. Bring the left arm out wide like an airplane wing, palm down. On your exhale, just gently guide your left knee towards the right side, coming into a twist. Turn the gaze to the left. And as you're here, keep that left shoulder down and just gently guiding yourself to where the body allows. Once again, you're not forcing, you're working with your body. We're going to stay for 2 more breaths. Every inhale, opening and expanding. Every exhale, letting go, softening. Next, inhale, come back to center. Draw the knees into the chest just for a breath. Then allow the soles of the feet to come down to the ground, mat distance apart, arms to the sides of the body, palms up. Windshield wipering again, and I want you to notice now how the left and the right side feel different than the first time we did this. Exhale, drop knees to left, gaze to right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, knees to right, gaze to left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, knees to left, gaze to right. One more time. Inhale back to center. Exhale, knees to right, gaze to left. And then coming back to center. Bring the soles of the feet back to hip distance. Inhale, right ankle, left thigh, coming to our figure 4 on the other side. Gently curl those toes. Hip externally rotates. Hips are even. And then working with your range, listening to your body. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you come halfway, use a strap. Maybe you hold on to the back of the left thigh. And what I invite you to do here, without thinking one side is good or bad, weak or strong, just notice, how do the sides differ? How does this pose feel different on the right side than the left? Most of us are going to find differences each and every time we explore. One of those keys is just looking at it with curiosity rather than judging it. The exhale, gently release, keep the ankle where it is. Draw the right knee in towards the chest, hold on to the shin. Extend the left leg long, place the heel down. Point the toes towards the sky and gently press the heel into the ground, engaging in the leg. Working with your range, drawing that right knee in towards chest or armpit. Staying for 1 more breath, noticing how the sides differ. coming back into those hamstrings. So if you have the strap, taking the strap, place it around the ball of the foot. Remember, start with the bent knee and the 90-degree angle at the hip, and then extend the leg, working with your range. If you don't have the strap, you're simply holding on to the back of the thigh. We'll stay for about 3 more of our 3-dimensional breaths. See if on every exhale, where you might feel areas of tension, can you allow those areas to soften? Where you feel gripping, can you allow those areas to let go? 1 more breath. Then, on your next inhale, bring that right knee in towards the chest. Hold on to the shin. And then, bring the right arm out wide like an airplane wing, palm down. Bring the left hand to the outside of the right knee or thigh. And on the exhale, gently guiding that right knee towards the left side, coming into a twist. Turning the gaze to the left. Remember, keep that right shoulder down, just gently coming into our twist. Notice the difference between the sides and breathe. Next, inhale, come back to center. Draw the knees back into the chest, hold on to the shins for a breath. Release the legs, allow the soles of the feet to come down to the ground, mat distance apart, arms to the sides of the body. We're just going to go windshield wiper once on each side, and I want you to just notice how your body's responded from the first time that we did this. Exhale, drop knees to left, gaze to right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, switching sides. Next, inhale, come back to center. Come on to one side or the other, and just simply press yourself up to a seated position. From our seated position, we're going to come into a tabletop. So our tabletop simply being coming on to our hands and knees. Okay, so coming on to your hands and knees, make sure the fingers are spread wide, pointed straight forward. Shoulders are over elbows, elbows are over wrists, and knees are directly under hips. From this point, we're going to move through the hips, the spine, and the shoulders with cat-cow. So on an inhale, lift your tailbone, arch your spine, chest forward, chin forward, and draw your shoulder blades towards your spine. Exhale, drop your tailbone, round your spine, drop your head, press the ground away, feel the shoulder blades come away from spine. One more time, inhale, lift tailbone, arch spine, chest forward, chin forward, shoulder blades towards spine. Exhale, drop your tailbone, round your spine, drop your head, press the ground away. Inhale, come to a neutral position with the spine. Now, we're going to come into a little bit of balance and stretching into the quads. So on your inhale, bring your right leg up and back. Okay, make sure you feel strong into that right hand as you bring the left arm up and forward. Bend your right knee so your heel comes towards your seat. Come around with your left hand to hold on to your right foot. Square your hips, pointing them down towards the ground. Kick the foot into your hand. As you do that, open up through the chest and shoulder, look forward, and then maybe lift that back knee. Our intent is to stretch into the front of the thigh, into the quads. Now, if you're feeling unbalanced here, that this is too much, just come down from it and do a couple more cat-cows. Exhale, just gently release. Set up on the other side. Inhale, left leg up and back, right arm up and forward, and then draw your heel to your seat, come around with your right hand, hold on to your foot, square your hips, kick your foot into your hand, look forward, open up through the chest and shoulders, work with your range to find that length in the thigh. Once again, if this is too much, you can do cat-cow again, or you might come in to the pose just before you come around to hold on to the foot. Okay, you can work your way towards the pose, or once again, not do the pose. Exhale, just release, come back to your tabletop. Then, from our tabletop, we're going to stay with the knees and the hips in one line. You're going to bring your elbows down to the ground. You're going to bring your head in between the forearms. And then place the palms together bend the elbows so the thumbs come either on or towards the spine. Head might reach the ground, it might not. Then, start to press your sternum down towards the ground. So you should start to feel opening in and around the area of the armpits. So we're stretching, coming into the lats. You might even feel this into the triceps a bit. If you want a little more intensity, you can always walk the knees back a bit, or press down into the ground with the elbows and feel like you're drawing the mat back towards your knees. That can usually bring a little bit more sensation of a stretch here. Staying for 1 or 2 more of those 3-dimensional breaths. Remember, opening, expanding. Keep that fullness of breath on every inhale. Lengthen, slowly releasing the breath on every exhale and allowing yourself to soften and sink into the pose. Then, lengthen the arms out in front of you. Come back to your tabletop. What we're going to do is we're going to bring our right foot forward. So we're coming into a low lunge. Now, if your back knee is sensitive, you can always use a cushion under it, or you can fold up your mat so you give it a little more cushioning. Just going to come into the hip flexors a little here. So, front knee directly over ankle, and back your back knee up enough you start to feel a stretch in your hip flexor, or hip flexors. Top of the foot down, and then I want you to feel like you're drawing your front heel towards the back of the mat. So we want the hips to square. We want the pelvis to be pointing as straight forward as possible. Then slowly come on up to your front thigh. Hands on to that right thigh. Feel the spine long. Gently press down and gently press forward into that front leg. Feeling that length coming through the hip flexors. And just staying here for about 2 more of those 3-dimensional breaths. Inhale, expanding. Exhale, releasing. Keep your right hand where it is. Inhale, lengthen the left arm up, reach up, reach up, reach up. And then exhale, come over to the right. Feel that length coming through the left side of the body and continuing to come through the hip flexors. 1 more breath. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, fold forward. Then return back to your tabletop, and we're going to simply switch. So bring that left foot forward, right knee back, find some length in the hip flexors, top of the foot down, square up those hips. Slowly come on up to the front thigh. Gently press down, gently press forward. Find that length that's appropriate for your range. Notice how the sides differ. Sink into your breath. Next inhale, lengthen your right arm up. Reach up, reach up. Really find that length. And then exhale, reach over to the left. Notice how the pose changes, and notice how the sides differ. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, fold forward. Bring that front foot to meet the back. Just come kneeling or into a kneeling position. Bring tops of feet down, your seat towards your heels, and we're just going to come into the ankles for a little bit. So hands to either side of the legs. And then on the inhale, just lifting the knees up. Now, this might be too much for you. You just need to be in that kneeling position. This might not be enough, but just playing with the pose. We're not going to stay here for super long. The exhale, slowly lower the knees down. And then we're just going to come to a seated position. Now, you can always come to a cross-legged seat. You can come onto your knees. You want to find somewhere where you can lengthen the spine. Okay? You want to be able to lengthen the spine with as much ease as possible. Finding the hands down on either side of the seat, press down into the ground and feel that length from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Now, keeping that active length in your spine, bring your palms together right in front of your sternum. Interlace your fingers Exhale, press your palms away from you. Now keep your core strong. Drop your head. Round the upper spine. So we're coming to a seated cat. Feel the shoulder blades come away from the spine. And then here we're going to inhale. Neutral spine. Reach up, reach up, reach up. Lengthen through both sides of the body. See if you can reach up even more. Then on the exhale, bring your hands back behind your head. Press your head into your hands into your head. So here, we're going to find strength in the neck. So you should feel engagement and length coming through the neck. Then from here, draw the shoulder blades towards the spine. So we're opening up through the chest, but we're doing that by bringing strength into the upper back. So we're really balancing out here. We've got strength building in the neck and the upper back, and we've got that opening through the chest. Staying for one more breath. Inhale, lengthen the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands down. And we're going to simply come back onto our backs into our shavasana pose. Once you come down onto your back, maybe finding yourself into that traditional shavasana pose we started in, maybe you pick a little different position that might be more comfortable for you, because we just want to come into an expression of this pose where we can really let ourselves relax. So one of the things you can do is maybe ask yourself, what could I do to be 5% more comfortable? Once you've settled into your shavasana, what I invite you to do is to bring your awareness back to your breath first. Just noticing if you stayed with that three-dimensional breath and how your breathing feels different from when you started. Then I invite you to bring your awareness into your body and just move through your body scan. Notice how the body has responded to your practice. I invite you to take a breath or two and notice how the mind's responded to your practice. Now, feel free to stay in shavasana for as long as you wish. When you decide to come out of shavasana, just start with smaller movements, working your way up to larger movements, eventually coming onto one side or the other, and pressing yourself up into a seated position.